I want to start today with an apology. I disappointed a lot of you with our video this week, and I want you to know that I have read over those comments and I am taking your feedback seriously. Your trust matters a great deal to me, and while I did not present anything untruthful or misleading in that video, I do understand that the presentation was bad. It's an issue that's been stressing me out very much lately, but my personal stress should not affect the videos that we're making here at Low Income Relief. I have changed the title and thumbnail of that video many times in response to the constructive feedback I've received. And in the future, I will be more careful to give each video the time and attention it deserves and make sure that that does not happen again. That being said, I know that you're here for your weekly low-income news update, so let's get started on that. We have a lot of state news to cover today, so I'm going to be moving very quickly through this list. I will include a link below where you can get more information. So we do have some nationwide announcements. The USDA announced on Wednesday that they will begin testing a new way to pay with EBT. They want to introduce digital wallets and contactless systems. So they're going to be testing this new implementation in 5 test states: Illinois, Louisiana, Massachusetts, Missouri, and Oklahoma. It should probably take a few years to get these systems running, but the USDA hopes that this will eventually cut down on EBT fraud. In other news, the White House has unveiled more plans to ease the housing crisis. In an announcement this week, the briefing room explained that the president wants to invest more than $175 billion in building and preserving affordable homes and reducing barriers to housing production, like changing restrictive land use policies, which would actually be very helpful. According to the briefing, the White House's plan also, quote, makes a long-term commitment to housing accessibility and affordability for youth aging out of foster care and veterans. This support, targeted to extremely low-income populations that are vulnerable to homelessness, is a historic down payment on the president's goal of providing universal housing vouchers for low-income households, end quote. Universal housing vouchers for all low-income households sounds like a great goal, but we're still quite a ways away from that. The budget also provides new down payment assistance for first-time, first-generation homebuyers and funds the previously announced eviction prevention measures that I covered in a previous video. Overall, the president's goal is to reduce homelessness by 25% by 2025. There's more information about all of this on the whitehouse.gov website, but I'm really excited to see how these new proposals, and I hope that the government does make low-income housing a priority because we desperately need more of that. Now, the Federal Reserve will be launching a new instant payment portal called FedNow later this year. This system is designed to reduce the problems that low-income people face when they make payments to the federal government, because right now, if you make a payment, there is a delay between when you make the payment and when they actually process it, and that causes a lot of people to experience overdraft fees or other complications. FedNow should process these payments immediately and eliminate that delay, which should really help. And again, that's expected to launch by the end of this year. We have a lot of state-by-state news as well today. I know a lot of you have been disappointed when you watch these videos and you don't hear your state mentioned. So I've been trying to spend a lot more time researching that and looking for that data for you. So if you don't hear your state mentioned today, please let me know and I'll stay on the lookout for that in future videos. In California, Habitat for Humanity of Southern Santa Barbara is repairing roofs for low-income homeowners that have been impacted by recent storms. Also in California, Alameda County currently has a huge backlog that is delaying EBT applications and recertifications. A college student at UC Berkeley reported to the Alameda Post that it took more than 2 months to receive their EBT card, even though that process is only supposed to take 30 days. In Colorado, Fort Morgan has received state funding from the Department of Energy that will be used to purchase 30 e-bikes and safety equipment for low-income residents. It's not entirely clear how they're going to pick the 30 recipients, but the bikes will be purchased from Bicycle Adventure on Main Street. I would follow your city council for updates on how those bikes will be distributed. I'll keep an eye out for that as well, but sometimes I don't catch everything. In Delaware, a new bill has been proposed that would remove copays for low-income families who earn 200% or less of the federal poverty level, which is great. In Florida, there's an exciting opportunity to be a mystery shopper for the Fresh Access Bucks program. This is a program that lets you double your SNAP benefits when you purchase locally grown fruits and vegetables from participating outlets. Now, the FAB program is looking for mystery shoppers, but applications are due this month, and you must make your mystery shopping trip visit before the end of April. In exchange, you'll get a $35 virtual gift card for each survey that you complete. This is a great opportunity, but you have to apply right away, so be sure to check the link in the description of this video for more instructions on how to do that. Also in Florida, Hillsborough County is offering scholarships to low-income students. The scholarships are worth $5,000 and can be used at trade schools, community colleges, or four-year universities. Applications must be received by Friday, March 24th and can be accessed online. I'll be sure to put more information about that in the link as well. In Georgia, the Georgia State Senate has approved a bill that would provide cash to low-income pregnant women. This bill would allow women to receive TANF cash assistance before the child is born. A woman with one child who is also pregnant would get about $280 a month through this measure. The state also recently extended Medicaid coverage for low-income mothers so that new moms are now covered for an entire year after the baby's birth. Now, also in Georgia, a nonprofit called the Vitamin Bridge will begin serving 10,000 low-income pregnant women with prenatal vitamins. Those vitamins are provided through nonprofit pregnancy care centers, so be sure to look for one in your area if you need that assistance. In Hawaii, EBT shoppers should be aware that you have two options to protect your SNAP benefits that are really cool. I received a helpful email this week from someone named, I hope I say this right, Mapuana, who told me that there's an on-off slider switch for interstate transactions and internet transactions. You can keep these options off until you're ready to make a purchase and then toggle it on, make your purchase, and then toggle it back off again to keep your benefits safe. I think that's a great feature. I know more states are working on rolling that out, but it is currently available in Hawaii, so I wanted to let you know. In Massachusetts, Governor Healey is pushing the Massachusetts Bay Transportation Authority to begin developing a means-tested fare program. And what that means is low-income people would get cheaper fares. They're currently working on developing the application process and figuring out how this is going to work, so it isn't available yet, but hopefully it will be soon. In Michigan, Governor Whitmer signed a new law that raised the state's earned income tax credit quite a bit. According to local news outlet WSJM, the change will raise the average benefit from $150 to $750, and that should help 700,000 families in Michigan. In Nevada, there's a new proposal that would raise real estate transfer taxes to help pay for low-income housing. The average increase would be about $170 a year for the average house in Las Vegas, and that money would be put into a critical needs fund, which would provide assistance with low-income housing and supportive services for low-income Nevada residents. In New York City, the City Council is working to expand fair fares to more New Yorkers. If your income is at or below 200% of the federal poverty level, this would give you access to half-priced bus and subway rides. This basically doubles the income limit, so it doubles the amount of people who are eligible, which is great. We're not sure when it goes into effect, though. In North and South Carolina, new funding will be available for home repairs, renovations, and energy efficiency upgrades. The funding has been provided by Google and Sol Systems to Roanoke Electric Cooperative, Santee Electric Cooperative, Aiken Electric Cooperative, and the Southern Institute of South Carolina. Also in North Carolina, a new nonprofit called Spirit and Truth Harvest Table is setting up to provide hot meals to elderly and homeless residents of Rockingham County. The meals are supposed to start today at Spirit and Truth Church of Worship in Reedsville. I'm not sure what time they are, though. In Oregon, a Portland nonprofit called the Community Investment Trust is doing something really cool. They're helping low-income people invest in real estate. You invest $10 to $100 per month for a share in a building, and then you can get paid dividends as that building's value goes up, and you can cash out whenever you want. There are currently around 300 investors in CIT right now, and collectively they own Plaza 122. The program's already paid out over $100,000 in dividends, and they just received a contribution from JP Morgan Chase to bring this investment model to other areas of the country. So I think we'll see this expanding, and I think it's going to be really exciting. In Texas, a bill has been introduced that will help low-income people keep their pets that need medical care. Under current Texas law, animal shelter veterinarians can only provide sterilization services to pets that have owners. So a lot of low-income pet owners face an impossible choice. They either have to surrender their pet so the pet can get the care that it needs, or they keep the pet and can't get it the care that it needs. But a new bill has been proposed that, if it passes, will go into effect in September and allow those veterinarians to provide that care to pets that have owners as well, which would be amazing. In Washington, the Tacoma Housing Authority has announced that the wait list for low-income housing will open at 9 a.m. on April 3rd. The application period will close again on April 17th, so you will need to apply right away. This is the first time since 2015 that all household sizes can apply. You can apply online at tacomahousing.org/waitlist or in person at the Tacoma Housing Authority. Also in Washington, the Metro Flex service in King County has changed to allow customers to go wherever they choose to go. This service operates like a publicly funded Uber or Lyft, so you get the Metro Flex app, you order a ride. The app also honors fare discounts, so seniors, people with disabilities, and low-income riders can use the service for just $1. Youth can use it for free, and again, that's through the Metro Flex app in Washington. In Wisconsin, low-income residents of Madison who lived with a fixed income and have chronic pain may be able to get a free 30-minute massage from Be Well Madison. In order to participate in this, you must be referred to the program by a local community center, so be sure to connect with your local community center if you would like that referral. Thank you so much for watching this video. Those are all the updates that I have for this week, but I will